Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at space exploration, but maybe not how you usually think about it.
Yeah, it's less about just covering, vast
I'm
distances.
more about a journey of self-discovery, a whole different philosophy for exploring the galaxy in elite dangerous.
Exactly. Forget speeding across the black with every possible upgrade.
We're talking about something called raw running.
That's the one. Founded by Commander Zell. It's a philosophy, really.
And the core idea is no mods, no compromise.
Pretty much. Using only stock, standard, off-the-shelf components on your ship. Nothing engineered, nothing synthesized, with very few exceptions.
Okay, so in this deep dive, we're going to get into what raw running actually is.
And why someone would choose this path,
Yeah.
especially when engineered ships are, well, so much more efficient on paper.
Right, and how it challenges maybe our usual ideas about success in exploration within the game.
Yeah.
So our goal is to give you a really full picture, the rules, the reasons, the practical side.
And maybe that deeper sort of philosophical meaning for personal growth it seems to aim for?
Let's dive in.
Okay, so raw running, at its core, it's about celebrating the basic ship, the unengineered craftsmanship.
A back-to-basics approach.
Exactly. It promotes a more mindful, maybe more profound kind of exploration because you're using just these standard parts.
So it's not just about the ship, it's a whole ethos, like experimentation, self-development.
Yes, very much so. It's intended less as a temporary challenge and more as a potential lifestyle, a way of thinking about your journey.
Right, and it's not just vague ideas, is it? There's a structure. I heard about an acronym, STOCK.
That's right, STOCK. It lays out the core rules. S is the first one.
Okay, what's S?
S is for no synthesis. So no crafting materials for boosting your FSD range or repairing modules or rearming things on the fly.
Wow, okay. That's huge for deep space explorers. FSD injections, ammo restocks.
Gone. The only, and I mean only tiny exception is for absolute survival, like you're stranded, no other option at all.
So it forces extreme care.
Precisely. You have to treat your ship differently. The manifesto talks about it being like a dear companion and confidant. You entrust it with everything.
That's quite a connection to your vessel. Okay, so if you respect the ship that much, what about non-human tech?
T's.
TEAS stands for No Thargoid or Guardian Modules. You know, the advanced stuff you can get from uncovering alien secrets in Elite Dangerous.
Right, things that significantly boost performance, why not use them?
The Rawrunner view is that 34th century human tech is already brilliant. Modern ships, they argue, are beautifully efficient. There's no need for alien stuff.
Interesting. A sort of human-centric engineering pride, almost.
You could say that it ties into appreciating what's already available off the shelf.
And this focus on self-reliance extends to navigation too, right? Let's talk about O.
O is for no route optimization tools. Things like Spanch or other third-party planners that find the fastest route.
So you plot manually,
Hmm,
or just use the in-game plotter.
pretty much. The galaxy is, what, over 99% unexplored still?
Yeah, easily. So the idea is, why rush to the edge? Why not chart your own course? Maybe make discoveries along the way. Find things no one's seen because they just blasted past.
That definitely changes the nature of the trip. More wandering, less point-to-point efficiency.
Exactly. And that fits perfectly with C.
Which is?
No changing components after departure.
Ah. So you outfit your ship at the station, and that's it. For the entire trip.
That's it. Meticulous planning before you leave is crucial. Once you're out there, you live with your choices.
No swapping modules at a deep space support carrier or anything like that?
Nope. It fosters that deeper connection, that mindful decision-making. You really have to think about what you'll need.
Okay, that adds a serious layer of commitment. And finally, K.
K is no non-critical neutron kickstarts, using neutron stars or white dwarfs to supercharge your FSD for massive jumps.
A standard technique for explorers covering long distances quickly.
Right. But raw runners see it as prioritizing speed over the journey, over discovery. They call neutrons a stellar siren song, beautiful, tempting.
But potentially dangerous. They do damage the FSD.
They do. And constantly using them goes against the spirit of taking your time, of experiencing the route.
But hang on, didn't we talk about survival? What if you need a boost? There's that we do not suffer principle.
Absolutely crucial point, yes. If you are genuinely stuck, facing oblivion, or maybe need to reach one single vital waypoint system that's otherwise inaccessible?
Then a neutron boost or a basic FSD injection is allowed.
Yes, but only in those extreme, unavoidable, survival-critical situations. The philosophy isn't meant to be pointlessly self-destructive. Survival comes first.
Got it. So it's about the routine avoidance, not absolute prohibition when things go really wrong.
Exactly. It's about intent and the general approach.
Okay, and just to clarify, standard stuff like the frameshift drive itself, the SEO drives you by.
Oh yeah, SEO drives are fine. They're standard, off the shelf. And fuel scoops, obviously. You need those for refueling.
Right, basic necessities for exploration. Okay, so we have the rules, the STOCK principles. But why? What's the deeper drive here?
This is really the heart of it. It's less about the what the rules and more about the why you explore.
Personal growth.
Definitely. It's about testing your own boundaries, flying more mindfully, really being in the black,
Spending time thinking, contemplating choices.
Yeah. Appreciating the scale, the power of the universe around you. The manifesto puts it as needing to reflect, to live, to feel, and to advance.
So exploration isn't just about planting your name on a system in Elite Dangerous. It's about finding something within yourself.
Precisely. It's aiming for a real shift in mindset, trying to reconnect with maybe that earlier spirit of exploration when heading out was as much a psychological journey as a physical one.
Balancing your relationship with the ship and yourself.
And the ship becomes central to that, not just a tool.
An extension of the self.
Exactly. Commander Akinyi said, the purer the ship is, I feel, the more genuine, the more human, the more empowered.
And this came from her own experiences.
Yeah, her story is quite interesting. Started trading in basic ships, Sidewinders, a DBX, but a specific expedition seems to have crystallized it.
Which one?
The Colonia Halo expedition back in May 3311. She flew a Cobra Mk III called Miley.
A classic ship, but not exactly a top-tier explorer by engineered standards.
Right, but for her, that ship, unengineered, embodied independence, boldness. It became the inspiration for the whole raw running philosophy.
That's a great origin story. Now, you mentioned it aims to be inclusive, which seems maybe counterintuitive with such strict rules. How does that work?
Well, it allows for different levels of commitment. There are two main schools of thought.
Okay.
The purist school, that's commander-based.
Huh.
If you're a purist, all your ships, all your activities follow the Stoic principles. It's a complete lifestyle choice in the game.
Right, 100% unengineered all the time.
Then there's the pragmatist school. This is ship-based.
Me.
You can designate specific ships in your fleet as Rawrunner vessels. Those ships stick rigidly to stock. But your other ships, you can engineer them, use them for combat, trading, whatever.
Ah, okay. So you can embrace the philosophy for exploration, but still participate in other engineered activities if you want to. That makes sense for inclusivity.
Yeah, it offers flexibility depending on how deep you want to go.
So let's talk practicalities. The biggest challenge has got to be jump range, right? Without engineering.
Oh, absolutely. That's the main test. You're looking at navigating huge distances with, maybe half the jump range, sometimes even less, compared to a heavily engineered exploration ship.
That sounds tough.
It is tough. But again, it's not about making life pointlessly hard. It's about redefining gratification, finding reward in the challenge itself.
And what are those rewards, beyond just bragging rights?
Well, you develop real skills, better routing instincts, because you can't just brute force jumps.
Resource management must become critical. Fuel planning, avoiding damage.
Totally. You become much more self-sufficient, a more careful pilot. It really sharpens your core skills as a commander.
Okay, but what happens if you plan a huge trip, you're months out in the black in Elite Dangerous, and you realize you just can't reach your target system without breaking the rules? Like, it needs multiple neutron boosts you vowed not to take.
That's a real possibility. And the raw running answer is flexibility. Destinations are often seen as flexible.
So you don't necessarily see it as failure?
Not at all. If you can't reach point B, it's seen as an opportunity. An opportunity to explore the area around point A or wherever you are.
Embrace serendipity.
Exactly. Discover nearby regions you wouldn't have otherwise seen. Some of the best finds happen when plans change, right? Good planning helps avoid this, but sometimes the galaxy just has other ideas.
I like that attitude. Now, engineering is so ingrained in Elite Dangerous exploration culture. I imagine raw runners get some pushback, like, why make it harder than it needs to be?
Oh, sure. There's dissent, or maybe just misunderstanding. Engineering is seen by many as the way.
How do they respond?
They're usually very clear. They're not anti-engineering. They're not criticizing engineers or commanders who use engineered ships. They respect that path.
They're just offering an alternative.
Exactly. Another way to experience the vastness and depth of our galaxy. That's the key phrase.
They use analogies, I read.
Yeah, like, is a nomad wrong for choosing to wander instead of settling? is a hermit missing out but choosing solitude.
Or the wine analogy is the expensive sommelier's wine inherently better than a cheap one if both bring enjoyment.
Right. The crux, they say, is the choice. The galaxy's enormous. There's room for every kind of explorer, every play style.
That's a very diplomatic and, frankly, sensible approach, respecting different ways to play.
And the philosophy itself mirrors this non-prescriptive nature.
How so?
It's decentralized. There's no single leader calling the shots, no mandatory headquarters or home base you have to operate from.
You just take it with you.
You take it with you wherever you are, as Commander Akinyi puts it. She personally bases herself out at DSSA Ericsson's gateway in the Outer Arm.
A deep space support array carrier, way out there.
Right. But that's her choice, not a rule for anyone else. You could be a Rawrunner base in the bubble or Colonia or anywhere.
That fits the independent spirit. And speaking of spirit, there's some symbolism. The Rawrunner leopard.
Ah, yes. Nova the leopard. It's used in their imagery.
Why a leopard?
It represents things like independence. Leopards are solitary. Adaptability, they thrive in diverse environments. Boldness, self-expression.
All things that seem to align with venturing into the unknown on your own terms, with just your stock ship.
Exactly. It captures that spirit of the self-reliant explorer, whether that's in the game or, metaphorically in life.
So bringing this all together then, for you listening, this deep dive into raw running, it's more than just talking about a specific playstyle in Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, it kind of prompts you to think about the why behind your own goals, your own journeys maybe, not just what you're trying to achieve.
How do you challenge yourself? How do you connect with the process, not just the outcome?
Right. It's about considering how you reflect, how you live, how you feel, how you advance in ways that are genuine to you.
Which leads us nicely into our final thought for you to chew on today.
Go on.
Exploration. Whether it's charting the stars in a vast galaxy like Elite Dangerous or navigating the complexities of your own life, maybe it isn't just about discovering those external far-off wonders.
Maybe it's really about uncovering those already inside you that you are yet to uncover.